In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 creative Diwali ideas for photos which you can try today at home. Using just one basic setup, you can create 3 entirely different styles of photos. So stay tuned.
Hey there! Diwali is approaching soon, and Diwali is a time when I become very busy clicking a lot of photo session. This is one of my favorite time of the year to do a lot of still life photography, and I thought I'll show you some of the still life Diwali photography ideas which I try at home. So for idea number 1, I'm going to start off with a flat layout. This flat layout is something which you can recreate at home using everyday Diwali materials. It can be sweets, diyas, lights, lamps, flowers, anything which you have, especially during this Diwali time. Okay, so for this flat layout, I'm going to start off with a background, which is a yellow background, and this is something which I have painted on my own, and I felt this yellow background was very kind of symbolic for Diwali, and it adds a lot of ethnic vibes to this particular photo. This will be the basic flat layout, and I'll just show you in a while that using this same setup you can create 3 entirely different styles of photos just by little tweaking them. So just stick around till the next idea.
For this setup, I'm going to use a flat layout, and using the same setup you can create 3 different styles of photos all together. Now this is with the normal Diwali materials you have at home, and this is something you can use for this particular style of photography. So I have used diyas, like these lamps here, flowers, then anything related to these kind of puja flowers or banana leaves, some mango leaves. Whatever you have at home is something you can actually go ahead and use for this particular setup. So you just need to have a nice kind of a background, which is the yellow background I used here, and then try to arrange whatever things you can on this flat layout. So for this flat layout, I started with this basic background first, and then I started arranging the different kind of props on them. So I first started with the banana leaves, then I started with the utensils, and slowly I have started adding the flowers, the lamps, whichever actually looks good from the composition perspective. And this is going to be my basic setup for this particular idea.
So for this particular idea, I'm just going to add a little tweak to the first idea, which was the flat layout, and this is the little tweak. So what I'm going to do is I use these string lights or fairy lights, or actually you can use any Diwali light for this particular setup. Try to go for a yellow based light, because that is something which will give you more like a neutral color rather than going for a colorful, say like a blue or a green, but obviously you can go ahead and try with that as well.
I moved the same layout, that is the flat layout, from before onto a table, because now I intend to click the photos at a 45 degrees angle or even the 90 degrees angle, and this way I can introduce the bokeh background to these photos as well. So what you can now do is you can place these string lights between your subject, and my subject is going to be this particular diya, and the background. So I also introduced a wooden box in the background and started adding some diyas to it, which will give a nice kind of blurred background, and that wooden box also is going to add to the background. And then I started clicking this session.
Okay, so for the third and the final idea, now everything comes together. I'm going to use the same flat layout from the idea number 1 and also the string lights. In fact, string light is completely optional actually for this idea. Either you can keep it on or you can remove it. So for this, I'm adding a little tweak, which is actually the fun part here. So I'm going to use this sparkler for this final photography style. Now, because you're using a firework inside the home, so please be very careful when using a sparkler inside the home. Either try to click in outdoor scenario or try to be next to the window so that the room doesn't get filled up with fumes. Now I have a trick in terms of where I will show how to make this even more safer. So what I did was, like, I just broke them down into various segments so that the whole sparkler doesn't burn at the same time. And this way it not only makes it safe to use, but also you can actually take a pause, do one shooting, and then come back and maybe do another style of photography.
To enable getting the snaps of these sparklers, what I did was I kept my camera on a continuous shooting mode, and then I burned like segments of this in the scene. So you can actually creatively use this sparkler. If you put it little behind in your photo, then it will give you a blurred effect, and if you keep it something near the diya, which was the main focus here, then it is going to actually be in focus. So in the past, what I have done is also I have combined 2-3 similar images and superimposed them so that you can have 3 different styles of sparklers in the photo, in the same photos, at different focuses, and it was really a fun idea to try. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Photoshop and I don't know how to create this in another application, but definitely do give it a try. I just wanted to take a moment to show around my stock website. I usually upload a lot of stock images on Shutterstock, and as I mentioned earlier, if you can see my portfolio, most of my top selling images, which are also the most popular ones, are the Diwali images. So I have uploaded a lot of Diwali images over past many years, and this is something which I really like doing. If I just search on Diwali, so you can see I have various different styles of Diwali images which I have uploaded, and most of them are flat layout, and a lot of them are with the bokeh background, which I mentioned earlier in this video as well. So you can go ahead and have a look at my stock website. I'll leave a link in the description, and this may give you some ideas in terms of going and clicking your own kind of still life Diwali images.
I hope you had fun watching these creative Diwali ideas, which you can actually go ahead and try at your home even today. Diwali is coming soon, and I'm sure recreating these ideas will really be a fun experiment, especially when you are kind of keen on doing some still life photography. So I'll see you in next video, and also have a very nice, happy and safe Diwali. Bye.